Gary Price with Perfect Shot Outdoors. I was blessed today to take this beautiful gobbler. A little bit about my setup. Set my decoys up maybe 8-9 yards from the blind. I've had birds spook before and actually tried to get out of here and still shot them within 20 yards. For that reason, you know, I shoot so close and I practice to hit exactly what I'm aiming at. I don't use a guillotine head, nothing wrong with that, but if I got one of them birds that sees something they don't like, once they get this close and try to leave, you may not get a shot with that guillotine head. I killed a couple of them as they was leaving. One time I had a bird spook and actually killed one of his buddies that was farther away. He was still 20 yards. I always face my blind. If I'm hunting in the morning, I'll face my blind either to the west or to the north. That way that sun's up behind the blind. It's a little harder for them to see in. I like the Jake decoy, a submissive Jake decoy, and a hen. My Jake decoy is a lot more realistic than what my hen is, but they always go to the Jake. Just kind of plan that. Every time I've had a bird come in, which has been several, they go to the Jake. They want to flog him before they mess with her. My setup today, I'm shooting a Traverse Matthews. I shot a Slick Trick broadhead. Actually shot this dude right here in the base of the neck, just below the head there. He didn't go nowhere. He flopped and that was it. My blind, I got a screen up. I like the beauty of the bird and the clarity of shooting without the screen when I'm actually making the shot. So I actually pull that screen back just a little bit, just enough to get the shot. Maybe looks like about 3 inches. That's about normal. That bird there, he gobbled a lot on the roost, and for whatever reason down here, they don't gobble on the roost much. And that dude gobbled for 45 minutes last night. I was thinking or hoping that he was lonely. So I come in here this morning and I started up a path which would be just below him, and I felt like in the dark I could get in here. But lo and behold, I heard a deer over on his hillside. Of course, it's coming up the easy way and spooking that deer and maybe, you know, spooking the gobbler or tipping him off. I chose to come straight up a steep hill. And about the time I crossed the top of the hill at 6:01, it was still dark. He gobbled. And it took me about 15 minutes to get my equipment in the blind, get my decoy set up. Still pretty dark at that time, but I gave him some yelps and he started double and triple gobbling. I had a feeling it was good. And I didn't say nothing else to him. I played hard to get, and finally I could tell he was on the ground and he's paralleling me. He's on his hill, but now he's kind of like straight off to my left. And at that time I gave him some cuts, and he gobbled, and then he got quiet. And a lot of times that means, hey, he's coming. And next time he gobbled, he was sounded like he was maybe 70 yards or so. That's when I turned the video on, and then you guys heard him gobble a couple times coming in. He come up, and you know, started up. You'll see all that in the video. He come over and knocked my decoy off the stake, or the stake and all, went flying. And a lesson learned on me trying to video. If anything's going to happen, chances are it's going to roll downhill. Actually, when I had my camera set up, I had slightly more visibility to the right of the decoy uphill, which hindsight, now I know better, that's how you learn. He hit that decoy, it rolled downhill, and you'll be able to see on the video that he was right on the edge of the frame when I shot. Where if I had that decoy centered up, I'd have caught it, or favored the downhill side would have worked too. That's about it. I mean, if you're ever thought you'd want to bow hunt turkeys, my success rate really hasn't suffered since I started bow hunting turkeys out of a blind. I've killed a couple without the blind, and I mean that's so rewarding. But honestly, we're trying to film and doing everything yourself. I've been using the blind, and my success rate really hasn't went down. Saying all that, in Ohio we got a 4-week season, And the first 2 weeks, I'm comfortable using decoys. I think that bird will come into it. Get later in the season, I'm thinking that that bird is decoy shy. Not saying he won't come into them, but I'm just thinking, you know, playing the odds that he might not. And therefore, without decoys, how are you going to get that bird, you know, right in front of the blind? It's hard to do. So a lot of times, that last 2 weeks, I'll pick up a shotgun and run and gun, which is a lot of fun too. But hope those tips will help you. And like I said, if you don't ever try it, you'll never do it. It's not as difficult as you may think. I'm in Jackson, Ohio. There's not a lot of birds here. I mean, the most I've heard was 2 weeks before season on the hillside this joker was on. There was 3 birds back there gobbling, but since then, I mean, half the mornings I come in, I don't even hear a bird. And just so happens he kind of gave himself up last night, and then I decided to hunt here versus another spot this morning. But truly blessed, and nothing like God's creation and enjoying the morning.